Morning to everybody. Is now today again the MMPC011 social process and the behavioral issues. And today I have to discuss about the block 4, that's emerging trends. There are Unit 13, Unit 14 and Unit 15. Unit 13 is organizational inclusiveness and Unit 14 is your diversity management and Unit 15 is your positive approaches to work behavior. So first, we'll try to understand the organizational inclusiveness. Then after that, subsequently, you have to discuss about the diversity and what are the trends going on for the positive approaches. So organizational inclusiveness, if we see the interactions, that is the positive outcomes of the workforce diversity. So, because as you know, the different people are coming in the organizations from different places, and there are different viewpoints, different culture, different languages. So, when they are coming in particular in one locations, in particular in one organizations, so their ideas, thinking, their talents, experiences are merged, and so that viewpoints are in the organizations, and you see how best you can accommodate them. To maximize the profit within the global framework, organization needs to become more diversified. And globally, it has been seen that because people are going to outside different countries, they are migrating the other countries. So it has to be more diversification is required in the global senses. It helps them to relate the global customers and increase the market opportunities. It is actually a lot of opportunity. Basically, you can say it is an opportunity. Diversity in sense, diversity embraces respect and the acceptance of each individual's differences. So whatever the differences are there, now the time has come to accept the things and to renovate. I mean, the somehow you have to marching the things, and at the same time, respect will be there in acknowledging each individual's unique and can be differences in dimensions of the gender, sexual orientations, the race, then ethnicity, social, economic, and demographic status, physical abilities, regional beliefs, and political ideas and other ideologies. So, um, uh, just you have to see, we have to in college we acknowledge the all the things. And diversity can be classified as three aspects: the workforce diversity, and number two is your behavioral diversity, and three is your cognitive diversity. Now, first you have to see the workforce diversity. Try to understand. So, workforce diversity basically it includes the similarities and the differences among the people in terms of different culture, background, and then your gender, race, religions, physical abilities, disabilities. So all these things are a part of your workforce diversity. Behavioral diversity that is encompasses of work styles, thinking styles, learning styles. Okay, it is in terms of your individual or in the organization point of view. Uh, Things, communications capacity or communication styles, aspirations, beliefs, value system, changes in attitudes or expectation of employees. These are on basically a behavioral diversity. So, and third one is your cognitive diversity. It focuses on the diversity on thinking. It is represented by, again, it is a four dimensions. One is your perceptive and your interpretations, heuristics, and predictive models. The different, as per the different models, that cognitive diversity are distributed. So it results in a high performance while they're dealing with the complex tasks. Suppose when the task is very complex natures, that time your almost all the talents, basically your these dimensions, your it will work. That time the individual's thinking process will be more important. At global level business, leaders are making great efforts to create an atmosphere where the opinion of each employee are and their suggestions are valued and considered. So, in the global sense, specifically the global leaders, they are very much cognitive diversity. They are aware of all these things, basically. Then only you can have a successful leader, global leaders. And their suggestions are also valued and considered also. Now, inclusions. Now, inclusions, how to include the all these diversity elements basically. The inclusion is an integral element of diversity as inclusion works for the people who are slightly different. Countries which are much diverse will have to struggle for inclusion of everyone because uh, in our India, you can say there are diversification is more. There are different state. There are different languages that are speaking. Their lifestyle, their food style, almost everything are almost different. So that is very difficult to inclusion of particular everyone is very troublesome. I mean, it's a problem. But those who are country diverse people are pretty less, maybe the same language speaking, same walking style, same food style, or they're maintaining in that way, or population is also very less. No, so much diversity is not there. So they then stagnant will be little less. So that's why these countries which are more diverse will have to struggle more, for inclusions. Inclusive organizations recruit and retain diversified workforce and leaders to represent the racial and the ethnic compositions of the communities they serve. So it is very much essential also. So inclusiveness of the basically in the time of recruitment also they have to careful about these things that during the recruitment time. And also keeping in mind the what I am hiring the peoples that should retain in the company and the organizations, and they can also work happily with this type of diversified workforce conditions. So that has to be clear in mind, and that for that maybe the policies has to be redefined and to work in that way. So that ultimate aim is to give the maximum. They should empower and they should give a maximum product uh, in that situation when the diversity of so some of the characteristics are defined here. Characteristics of the inclusive organizations, what should be? That is, it accepts diversity and implements inclusion strategy. That is one of the characteristics. Measurable behavior and competitiveness and competencies. So that should be measurable. How the efficiency are there, how effectively he is working or not, and what is the behavioral pattern that should be measurable. Inclusive organizations recruit and retain diversified workforce and leaders to represent the racial and the dietary compositions of the communities they serve. Another very important and it is very vital thing that is transparent policies and the procedures because you see the when you are again the policy is important where you can people can forced to obey these situations and maintain the procedures. Ultimate aim to diversify to the peoples in particular organization and particular work and jobs. So consistency in practice of interactions with everyone. Some sort of interaction is also required so that it should be a consistency. Today, the diversified has successfully done, but it doesn't mean it will continue. So consistency is required. Practice should be there. Same practice, same thing. And if modification is required, that also can we look after and learning cultures. That is one of the very important diversity. I mean, the inclusions are possible when the people are more learners, and culturally they are fit for these things. So only the learning through this learning process only it can be achieved. It can be achievable. Characteristics of an inclusive organization and conflict resolution systems at all levels. This is very much required when you are in a particular organizations and where the different people are working, different diversified people are working. So there is a chances of conflict. So that has to be resolution and should have a good CRS systems and all levels, the top management, middle management, lower level, frontliners, workers, all level that resolution system should be there. Whatever the conflicts are seems to be there, or some preventive action has to be taken and actively, so that can be resolved very quickly. Active participations in community activities, that is also very important, because when the community activities are there, some picnics or some farewell or get together or part, any community activities are there or some sort of togetherness there, so participation is also important. Then only that cultural meet with the way I can see it, then they can be familiar to all these things and they have a focus on particular one directions. Vision, mission, and core values are also important. And your value of earned privileges, that is also because you have to give it some respect and value. Change management is very important. So change management, because by the phenomena, and it is a general phenomena changes. So during the changes, how fast you are adopting the things, that is to be looked after and to do it very nicely, so that it should not be harm to others also. And every employees are satisfied. Those who are in different languages or different setup. So everywhere should be in happiness and satisfaction. Job satisfaction is also important. So during the change management, we have to look after all these things, and even require some rewards or some of the promotions, some of the transfer, redesign the structures. So everything are to be done, but keeping in view of um, the inclusiveness to be higher, should be uh, considering the all the positive aspect. Now benefits. Suppose the we can say the organizations are already inclusive, means inclusiveness is done. I mean the it has completed. So what will be the benefit? So benefit will be first things you have the job satisfaction. Job satisfaction will be high. Lower turnover, because the attrition level will be less. People are not leaving the company because they are happy here, and lot of career development, growth, everything are here, and culturally they are adjusted, so they will not never go to other company. And production, definitely, if the employees are happy in all respect, so definitely the production productivity also to be high. High employee moral also to be boosted up. They can proudly say, "I'm working in particular this company, and I'm happy there. Due respect, I'm getting the due respect." So morally also it will be high. Improved creativity and innovations. So stress level will be less. There is a no cultural difference. What difference? No. Everywhere is a in a good environment situations. So people will start the creativity space will be there. Their mind will be enough space to think the new things. So it will improve the and problem solving resolutions also they can do it. uh, your decision making process will be faster, and most of the cases decision will be right directions. So increased organizational flexibility, and in this case also the organizational flexibility is also to be good. If it is inclusion of these different state people, different cultures people, during the transferring also you not feel any problems, because they are not stick in particular one locations. They can you can spread out your without within your company or externally you can post somewhere. You can give a new assignment to them. They will be happy to take it. So that type of facility will be there. Uh, uh, that opportunity, better employees. So better employee will be more better, more best performance they can give. So their skill also to be increased. So better employees in the sense of in all respect, they have a good, talented, skilled, and behaviorally, culturally, everything. So better employee are defined in this way. So that benefits can come from the inclusive uh, organizations. Now, definition, the World Health Organizations define your disability as, as you know, in our globally, and some of the countries are more, the disabilities are more. So that huge resources, that manpower are isolated on one of the, they are not developed so much. So that they should be also come in the mainframe, they have to come out in the mainstreams. So disabilities are the umbrella term covering the impediments, activity limitations, and participation of the restriction. There is a lot of limitations also there. They cannot participate. Lot of things due to physical ability and some other reasons. So thus disability is a complex phenomenon reflecting and interactions between the features of a person's body and features of the society in which, and as a large you have to see that how to accommodate them. That is a challenge. Now issues and challenges. Any you see any work, there should be some challenges will be there definitely, without some issues, or you can say the problems. So what are the challenges? Persons with disabilities have risks of being passed over in the competitions for jobs or revenues or livelihood, because a lot of support systems should be there. They have to more affections, more care are to be needed for them. So there are several sets of challenges which hampers the rights of the disabilities to to which some of the measures are like this, or inadequate access to education and training. Inadequate access to education and the training. That is one of the problems, because you cannot give a the training properly. And education is also, you cannot put in a mainstream lines. The different way of education is required. So social and psychological behavior barriers is also there. Social and psychological barriers, because they are not accepted in wholeheartedly by the social systems, and moreover in society they don't much of a time for that to look after. Special task force or special team should be there to look after them, to bring in, to upbringing, and they can come out and they can put in the mainframes. So discrimination in hiring and promotions by the employees, that is also one of the issues, because multinational companies or some of the companies, they are sometimes reluctant to hire the disabilities persons, because they are not productive as like as others. So they are looking after the productivity and the profitability. So that's why sometimes they are reluctant to things. But however, lot of initiatives are coming up, lot of policies, lot of guidelines by the government side and the private sector also. There are lot of rule and regulation has changed, so that they can also, as a human being, they can also accommodate accordingly. So that discriminations now slowly, whether the definition that the discrimination level was high, that now just little bit closer to less things. So now some of the quota, some of the reservations are there for that, for the handicapped, and some disability policies are there. So slowly it is now in the promotion policy also, in the time of hiring, some percentage of their recruiting and hiring the persons. So this is another one of the challenge, because you see the inclusion of the workforce, that type of additional persons are coming. The how to cope up that situation is also one of the issues and challenges in respect of the disability. So issues and challenges, another part is the inadequate accessibility to workplace because sometimes they are not able to accessible in the workplace. Maybe some special arrangement is required. Other barriers faced by disabilities job seekers because it is another barriers. Physical and the communication barriers also there. Then historical behaviors also lot of value systems are there in the society. Attitudinal behaviors. The attitude is not there. So was okay, no problem. He is also my brother, my sister. So come on, come. We can also look after. It may be due to shortage of time, shortage of willingness, lagging by the some of the policies are not supporting the things. So maybe so many reasons are there. So it can include that is a things problems. So this is also another challenge. Then issues of the attitudes that is also there, and stereotypes, another problems, the inclusion in the workforces, workplace policies and the procedures. We have that policies and procedures are not up to the mark. Additional training is also additional things. Attitudinal behavior for the disabilities applicants and include that is an environment also, and infrastructures also. So all together, you see there are a lot of areas to be changed, a lot of areas to be exercised, and it is needed for the formulation of the policies and where the some provisions should be there so that this type of your things can be accommodated, disabilities can be accommodated. So now another things are very important. This is gender diversity. Now, as you know, there are additional lot of peoples are in the world. This is not a, it is very good percentage of the other countries also. So that people are, should not be neglected, and there should become also a fair enough so that they can also have a mainstreams. They can also achieve the things. They can also participate in the development of the organization purpose and nation purposes. Because lot of talents, lot of your opportunities are also there. So that should also be allowed. So gender diversity in the organizational perspective is not only limited to equal treatment and acknowledgement of both males and females work at workplace, but it also include the transgenders. I think it is no. So that is it's a minority, but sexually the minorities are peoples are there. They are also to be come to do should also be allowed to them to organize in the participation of the workforce. So that is another the gender diversity is falling under the gender diversities. The global economy moves diversity to the top of the agenda. Another thing, the globally the economy are moving. Uh, so they are also their contributions also to be taken care, and they are allowed to participate in the development of the organizations. So this is one of the top agenda basically. So there is a growing demand for equivalent authority for these workers and other groups like DVDs, gays, bisexual, and transgenders. So now slowly in the education field also, then the service and in the socially the now slowly it is the acceptable. Some of the countries, lot of rules are there. In our India is also lot of rules are changes, and now they are also participating in the exam, in any competitive exam, government jobs, everywhere they are allowed. Some of the percentages are keeping for that. So that is the way slowly it is going on. The process is going on, and so that workforce can be we can take their potentiality for the development of the organization as well as for the country. So inclusion with the social reference to women, the barriers for the inclusion, this is one of the glass ceilings. It means the glass ceilings is nothing. Even though lot of policies are there, lot of rule is there, everybody knows. Yes, he is working as a good woman. Some of the they are performing, they're very good, but still Some things are hidden. It is a hidden something still during the promotion time, or in the posting, or in the top level, or you have to relocate some of the manpower. So that time again is some relaxations or resistance is coming in the mind. No, we should send the men, not women. So that is the way some of the things are there. This is called the glass ceiling, barriers to inclusions. Even though you're glass ceiling in the means, suppose you just see, you can see it, but you're not doing things. Means some of the hidden things are in the mind. So that has to be see some rational way you have to see it. Barriers should be open out. I mean, barriers should not be there. So this is one of the area challenging or consider challenge, and this is a part of your gender diversity part things. Obstacles and the barriers arise due to what are the reasons for that? Why the barriers and the obstacles are coming up? That will be prejudice, resistance to women's leaderships, because men cannot work under the women leaderships. Sometimes some of the ego problems or whatever the things are. Traditionally, it has happened. Then leadership, then family demands. Some of the family, okay, no, women cannot go for the work, gents can only work. That the family is demand because the child care and other things are there. So a lot of ambiguities are there, and pay inequality. Some of the cases, the women are not paying the equal pay because it is the assumptions the management are saying he is not working the extra duty. It is only 8 hours. So much leave yes she is taking. So that is the way. Sometimes the pay equality is also there. Again, it is a not written form, but unofficially they are paying less money. Less experiences in the workforce. Sometimes it does happen. Their experiences are less in the workforce. So how can the give the same salary? So there is a lot of question mark is there. Part-time workforce, again the part-time workforce, the woman cannot be participate more because a lot of rule and regulations are there. Evening after 6 p.m. you cannot force to any woman to stay in the office, because if she share lot of protection, lot of safety, arrangement of the vehicles, conveyance, lot of things are there. So some of the components are avoiding in the part-time workforce for these things. The gender role orientation is also another obstacles. Sexual harassment is also another part of the your barriers, because that's why the woman force cannot you put in the particular because you have to judge it where in the corporate things, and where that type of I mean the chances of prone to sexual activities or sometimes can be restricted. So harassment can be restricted. This is the area to be decided for before the putting to the particular posting or selection of the work. It's a lot of the exercise to be done. So that is one of the basically these are obstructions. Stately you cannot do it. Lot of analysis you have to do it in behalf of your woman postings basically. So another thing, the syndromes is there could be suppose if the leaders are women, it has seen maybe the bosses also will know that maybe his way of tone is like this, not changes, not acceptable by the men. So lot of ambiguities are there. So anyway, so workplace incivility and the floor, a lot of barriers are there, so that we have to be talking about already. How to now question is how to overcoming the barriers. That is important. Obstacles are there, challenges are there, and now coming to how to overcoming the barriers. Professionals networking is also important. Guidance of the mentor and the sponsors, self promotions, helping dropout women. It means to say, suppose if required in your office, there are maybe 50-50 ratio wise men and women they are working. But when they are in the leave or something, or some maternity leave or something, so some network should be there so that from the home itself or even in the remote locations they can perform the work, and that's why they should be developed in such a way that the professional network should be there where they can interact the work even though they are in the different locations. And the guidance of the mentor and the sponsor is also important. So mentoring the them so that they are and self promotions also. Right? So helping dropouts, those who are means taken a leave for 1 year to a year due to some family reasons, due to some health condition, or due to some uh, maternity leave or something. So again, they try to rejoin the particular this company, so helping them uh, to again that procedure that again they have to call them to join in the company. So that is the way you can minimize the barrier of the things. If you feel there's a good worker, a good performance, and then you should not lose this particular that employee. You have to have a contact with them and bring them in the company again. So that type of attitude should be there. So then we can overcome the barriers. So women's empowerment. Women's empowerment is also very important because empowering the woman will be giving an additional advantage. So focus on the attracting, the evolving, and the advancing the women and under represented populations by the removing the obstructions, gaining stakeholders by creating the inclusive leaders and developing events for the growth. By empowering the women, they are expanding the opportunities for women within the organizations for their growth. Here, actually, I just want to add something. It has been observed and it has been surveyed also. The particular the countries where the women force are more, I mean, they are participating more and more in the workforce, and they are participating in the developing the organizations and developing the countries. Economical growth will be uh, higher, in particular these countries, and because the sources of income will be more, and they can livelihood their cost of living they can minimize, they can give a more good educations, they can they have some power, purchasing power will be more, what the want they can fulfill their demands. So both I think there is a completely one win-win situations and from the home fronts and from the company and organization point, and as well as the our world, the country will be developed very fast. So that's why the workmen women's participations is very expanding for them, and empowering the women is very much necessary for the development of the country and development of the nation as such. So that's the growth. As definitely, if they are not accommodating, they are not pursuing in the development of the country, then it is a slowdown. Will be slowed down. So transgender again, the LGBT in short, came is a Lebanese gay and bisexuals. And transition in short is the LGBT, that people are in the workforce to be included. The inclusion is required, and the diversity initiatives should be there and are being addressed in the organization more often now than ever before. Now it has been open. I think everybody knows, and they are also participating in this. A lack of LGBT supportiveness instead reduces the size of the talent pool available for recruitment. So, what is the you are in the pooling, I mean, in the talent pooling systems, maybe some of the talents are already there, but which are not in cash. I mean, we're not in particular organizations. So these are losing part. So we have to be careful, and we have to take their participation, their importance, their importance and their competency and their talent has to be um, basically give them the opportunity to perform the things. So while the major challenges to be studied for the LGBT movement include the lack of an umbrella organizations, lack of understanding within the LGBT community, and the lack of unity due to part because of the class differences that has been seen. So now coming to introduction, diversity management, I want to see how to manage it. Now, what are the things, what are the meaning of the diversity, that also we have to understand how that the sources of the problems, and everything we have discussed. Now we have to see the how to manage the things. So how diversity management is very important. The diversity management refers to the organizational actions. Organization has to take it aim to promote the greater inclusions of the employees. So inclusions are indirectly is an integral part of the diversity management. So inclusion has been required. So that is how that managing the things are basically the part of your diversity management. So diversity at workplace can ensure the advantageous environment at work with the benefit of innovations, improvement, moral, teamwork, harmony among the workers. So um, from the management point of view, especially for the diversity management point of view, you have to ensure that environment are good and benefit. You can get a lot of innovations. Improve it will be improve the moral and team as a team. When the people are working there as a team, there will be a harmony among the workers. You have to ensure it. That is basically the diversity management. From the organization side, you have to do it. That responsibility are again the part of your HRM, I mean human resource management department. They have to look after things, and that type of that opportunity, facilities, that environment, creation of these environments are the part of your HR. Benefits from the diversity. The diversity is the workforce bring many benefits to the company. As a whole, it is known to create competitive advantage for the business, and meaning it allows them to differentiate themselves from their competitors. Means competitive advantage again is nowadays very common word. Competitive advantage means your company, your workers are skilled enough, they can compete to anything, and from business point of view, from the work point of view, and their behavioral point of view, culturally. So everything they are so much confident, and your computers to competitors or other company, compared to other company, they have a better, so better workmen, better employees. So these situations create the benefit for the, if we have a proper diversity management, then it can be happen. So fresh opinions are coming up that enhance the company culture, company efficiency, employee innovations. All these features will automatically come out when we have a good diversity management. The levels of diversities. There are surface level diversity, deep level diversity. There are so many areas are there where we can diversity. Surface area basically in this case the age, color, sex, gender, balance, visibility, and physical sizes of these things are in surface area. We can that's why the name is surface area. So that is the area. A few examples are given. That is what the diversity is there. Deep level diversities. That is a non-observing quality. Some of the things we cannot observe. So for the emotions and your talent, some of the hidden potential. So all these are deeply you have to observe it, and it should be come out. So non-observing qualities, not apparent features are included in the deep level diversities. Now workplace discrimination. Now we are talking about the discriminations. So discriminations in the workplace is based on the certain prejudice and the worker when the employee is treated unfavorably. So discrimination how it has happened, because when the employees are not treated, and some gender wise discriminations are there, sexuality, there are some discrimination are there, the race, some of the region wise some discriminations are there. No, he's from the north, he's from the south, so that type of discrimination are there. Pregnancy and maternity, or this is also sometimes the leave is too much. People are saying no, it should not be. So he is not working, but he enjoying the leave. So lot of inequalities, different discrepancy are there. So or disability in the cases. So some sort of discriminations in the there it will be happen. So knowing a difference that one employee is more qualified than other helps in making hiring decisions. So there is also another thing has happened because you know that persons are very qualified and very important, even though at the time of hiring the decision has changed. So that discrimination should not be there. It should be proper and transparent should be there. So the right person should be appointed and for the right jobs. So discrimination can take many shapes and its effect can be varied as organization context and personal biasing of its members. So this is all the area, or you can say the area of corruptions, you can say the discriminations. What are the way you can say that should be stopped? Various reasons behind rise of the diversity. Why it is that company has to look to basically the why the it is focus most of the globally most of the companies they are in focus on these things. Globalizations because the country to country now we are in a common village where to full world we are in a one village now. So because of that it is very much required for the diversity management. It's very much needed. Another thing is migrations. People are coming from different state, different countries, and they are settled there. They have to work. So adaptations, they are the policy, and they should have a proper support. So that's why it is required. So because of the migrations, this is also one of the reasons. So it is needed diversity management. Women workers are now increasing, as I told you, because they should be also in parallelly they have to work, they have to contribute in this way. So we have to proper area, proper environment, proper support. Everything has to be given. So to allow the women workers, we should have a good diversity management systems. So aging is population is another aspect because now the retired 60 and above old age people are more and more. So how to accommodate them, how to give some small work or their post retirement or in the last stages in the life, how they survive the things. So all these part also to be seen in the company rule and regulations should be there so that post retirement how they can be allowed to work or what the way they can involve. So that part is also diversity management part is also there. Political diversity is also there. Politically, lot of things are going on. Value system, there are regional differences. There are like things are there. That is the area is also to be streamlined. Basically, in to favor of the country, to favor of the particular state or political organizations. So we have to politically also we have to see in the positive sense. Basically, in the positive sense, the political diversity has to be in a right direction, should be there, so that they can also participate in the good management part. Then attracting diverse employees. This is of the implementing. So implementing the part is there. The strategy should be there so that we can attract the diverse employees so that they can should come and join this particular company. And they for before that you have to prepare for that because your environment, culturally, everything is developed. Now you have to invite, you have to attract. Automatically, employees will start attracting and to willing to join these organizations, and they can also participate in these development process. Selections. So career development, retaining the employees. So all these aspects are very important in the considering the implementing stages. So that strategy should be there so that it can be properly. Now, positive approaches to work behaviors. So first of all, you have to give some of the positive approaches. So there are different positive approaches to work behavior, such as spiritual intelligence and emotional intelligence. Now you see, so far we have know the emotional intelligence, EI in short. But now the SI is also a very important part, another component that is uh, spiritual intelligence. Because you see, Emotional intelligence is temporary because okay, you can give support. Okay, no problem. I am helping you. I am with you. No problem. So that way you can console particular the situations. But you can give some of the support systems. Fine, but in after that he has to do is that power. He should be enough power to tackle the situations if the things are coming. So that approach is another approach is from the spiritually he should be strong enough. Means I say spiritually he is strong enough. You are willing for the human. That is your basic purpose of the life. You came here basically to contribute the things and to serve the peoples only. You're human. Human can only help to the humans. So that type of spirituality are to be also required. That intelligence is required. What for? So that's why you can reduce your conflict, eagerness, desireless, demand, and aggressions, anger. That all these things you can be come down. So that's why only emotional intelligence is not sufficient. At the same time, you have to add it some spiritual intelligence also is required. Spiritually, you have to also he has to be strong enough. Then only you can go for the positive values. Always don't think the basically one of the things one is the type of people are giver, another type of people are takers. So most of the you can distribute in that way whole world human natures. So some of the people are always thinking they're calculating logically what I will gain it, how it will be there. I am working hard work, so I should be this much. Their thing, this post is required. So I should have a car, I should have a house. That so always taker means always he is demanding. Should be there, should be there with me. Some people are different. They are thinking the right way. They are thinking I should be a giver, not taker. I will provide the things. I should be a good entrepreneur and I have to earn the money for the others. I have create in such a way so that other humans should be more happy. So this is a different concept like this. So spiritual intelligence is very important. So these approaches help to maintain the optimism. Optimism is considering as a key component of the modern positive psychology because you are not optimized yourselves, then not adaptability is not in the mind, acceptability is not in the mind, then it will be very problems. So optimism is defined as the power of positive thinking. You should have a power. You have to and mentally you are very strong enough. Emotion will be there, no problem. But at the same time, you should have a power to direction, give a direction to the in the positive directions. Thinking, your thinking always should be in the positives. Though, so this is the part of your positive approaches are very important. Now, optimization in the workplace, as I said, you, the optimization is a positive force, attributes to the high moral and the aspirations of the workforce, and act motivated to work leaders and the stretching the goals. Other way, we can say also the optimism is both motivated and motivating, has the desirable characteristics of achievement, health, and preservations. Preservance makes external, unstable, and specific attributions of people or persons bad event, and it's linked with positive outcomes such as occupational success. So optimism is a very positive force in workforce. So this is the important part of the now, some of the applications we can discuss. Some of the application examples are half or full empty. As you know, the glass of water, half a glass of water, you can your perception you can see half water, half water is there, and other half is empty. So, but other way you can say um, half water is full. I get it half full half full water I am consuming. I am happy. So half empty rather than oh you are looking in the empty part. You see the how much you have gained, how the half part is you have, this is enough. So that type of positive approach should be there. You are already gained at least half of the glass water you have. Balance half will be achieved, no problem. But if you start thinking half of the water is missing, half of the water in the glass is empty, So then it is a negative approaches. So always you have to see the positive approaches. So there are so many applications out there. Happiness and well-being is also another yoga and other things are there. Lot of motivators are there. If we require the most of the companies now they are hiring and consulting with some yoga expert or some of the your well-being programs is going on for happiness things and which is really a good approach for things. Benefits of the happiness and the well-being. So happiness objectives are for subjectives, but happiness is the overall feeling of the well-being that one must cultivate and maintain. So main things ultimately how we can achieve the happiness. Again, it is your spiritual intelligence. Your spiritual intelligence will trigger you that you should be happy. That things are coming up automatically in your mind, which I have, you should feel happy. Tomorrow I will gain more. Day after tomorrow I will gain more by the process of this work or some things. So today what you have, what the experience you have, what are your job conditions, money, monetary, everything, you should always feel and happy and contribute. That is the way of is a continuous process in the mind. You have to cultivate the things. You have to feel that way. Yeah, I am happy. Generally, the words happiness and well-being interchangeably because the motion of the subject well-being. So SWB Stanford is used in research literature as a substitute for the term happiness. So happiness are basically see when you are well-being, your body is performing well, you are taking a good diet. There is no medically you are not unfit. Your concentration is you are already focused in the work and things are moving nicely. So then definitely you will feel happy. So it is correlated because your body and mind should be in one place and focus on the particular, concentrate on the one point. If it is a divide, 180-degree divisions, then it is a problem. Your mind is something, your body is saying something, so then it will be create some lot of unhappiness. So mentioning the subjective well-being and the number of theories are there. Uh, the zero-sum theory suggests that happiness is the cyclical and happy and unhappy periods follow each other. There is a lot of definitions are there well-being purposes. So positive approaches to work behavior. There are one is the serial thinking, another associative thinking, and ununitive thinking. There are so many processes are there where the intelligence, your there, EQ, IQ, all are measured. There are a lot of testing procedures how to measure the things, the approaches are in the right direction or not. There's a lot of things are defined here. Then natural bias of the spiritual intelligence, and it has some of the testing procedure there, brain capacity, brain psychology is all in medical terms. So a lot of things are there. Positive represent to work with behavior, emotional intelligence. EI is the summative of the abilities, compare competencies, the skills, and collection of the knowledge and order of scope of the life experience. So emotional intelligence model are there, though some of the models you can test it. So none of lot of medical testing procedures are there, how to brain to synchronize the things, and you can measure the things, some sort of your synchronizing the brains and other activities. So also you can lot of through these softwares or through different instruments can give you the part of the brain, what the functioning of these things. So this is the way you can improve it. So here some of the positive approaches to work behavior, self and social. You see, first things are awareness is very very important. Then awareness, then ultimately your the self management. When you are aware of the things, you manage it in self. So and then other way in the social side, you see the social awareness are there, empathy or something, and how to manage the relationship also management. That also you have to see. There is some sort of your self and social diagrams are there, flowchart type. There you can also exercise the things. So you have to calculate emotionally your self awareness you have or not, your acuity, your assessment are good or not. and then self-confidence. So this is the area you have to self it, and socially you have to see your the service orientations. Right? This is not organizational awareness. So this when you are aware of all the things, both the way self and socials, then you can see the your management parts. That is your implementation or regulations part. First you have to recognize the thing, recognitions part is there. There's the through the awareness, and then finally the regulation. That is the self and like this. So okay, I think now this is the way it is now complete. Thank you very much for patiently hearing these things. So we have to cover all the. So namaste.